So I just want to throw in David in the chat talking about how crowded it sounds like Fremont is going to get.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it came out of there.
There's more strong structures.
Right, because they're talking about doing Model Y in Fremont. That was one of the other things that came out of the call.
And Elon even said maybe in a tent.
Maybe.
And then the rear cast underbody, they're going to go from 70 parts to 1 part.
Right.
Which pretty impressive.
Will be interesting to see. Yeah. Right.
Which that 1 part, I mean, technically, if you weld 70 parts together, it's now 1.
You do it at another plant and then ship it in, and then it's just 1 part.
Right.
I did like the 3-minute spent on the Model X front doors and a little bit of the Falcons. Yes.
Right. It does. I thought the interesting thing about the Model Y discussion was that Elon's just not into it. Like there's no built-in enthusiasm.
Okay.
Like he doesn't give a shit about it. You want to talk about the Roadster? You want to talk about rocket units and flying cars? Elon perks up, he's ready to go. But
is that because he's always in the chase as opposed to once he has it? He's always looking forward. He's on, because of course that's his job, right?
Yeah.
Part of his job is looking forward and going for the next thing.
I thought his job was reviewing every 1 in 10 pages of every expense report at Tesla. Isn't that his job? And that's what he said his job was.
He reviews 1 in 10, but he fills the other 9 on his own.
Yeah. I mean, my theory is Elon likes the Barnum-esque parts of this. He likes talking things up. He likes thinking of big new ideas, but the actual yeoman's work of manufacturing 10,000 cars a week bores him to tears.
Yeah, I think that's correct too. I think he would rather dream things up. That's what he enjoys doing, and that's where his passion is. I would agree. Yeah.
Absolutely. And
everybody knows that. Anyone that has a job knows that, there's part of the job that sucks, you don't like doing, and there are other things that you would much rather do all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was impressed with him reaffirming once again that the Roadster would outperform every other production car. And I was confused yet again by the 2 Gs in any direction with the SpaceX package.
Allegedly. Yeah.
No, it's not alleged.
Not going to happen.
On tape.
Not going to happen.
On tape.
No, you can't say 2G in any direction.
He said 2G in any direction. It's a quote.
Yeah. Including up and down.
Yep. Including up and down.
Yeah. Come on.
I want some of the shit. Now, 2G down would be downright dangerous, but 2G up would be, I'm curious how that's going to work.
I don't ever want to know. I don't ever want to know. And the other thing that he said about the Roadster is that it's the last priority.
Yeah.
Which means it's never going to come out.
It's coming. It will come out. And it will have a SpaceX package.
It will, but it's not going to fly. Okay? It's not going to fly.
I hope it doesn't fly myself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it to fly.
It may have.
If the flight is automated, then you don't have to worry about your neighbor's
automated flight.
Yeah, that'll work out really well for the first time.
Just what I need is Alex Choi flying around at 150 miles an hour in a Roadster. Okay.
Yeah,
sitting in the back seat, hitting the bong.
After it pulls 2G straight up, it'll land itself vertically on a barge.
I'm sure Alex would love it.
I'm just gonna say, I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
And again, I think to that point where I was going, he talked about Ryan had asked him about the balance of the Tesla mission, and did he want to keep trying to make a Model 4 a cheaper Tesla? And Musk had responded that it is insanely difficult to make a $20,000 car. Trillions have been spent to make cars cost less and more reliable. It just, again, and I get that that's not necessarily the coolest thing in the room, and that doesn't excite him, but yeah, I almost wonder why. I think he probably regrets saying 35K Model 3.
Oh yeah, he definitely does.
And honestly, I think Tesla would be in a better position if they were a luxury car maker.
Look at all the corners they had to cut to actually achieve it, and then all the people they had to fire, and then rehire.
That may be the case, Russell, but I know that there would be a lot less Tesla owners.
Yeah.
Yes, there would be. But I'm also willing to say that I think Tesla would be in much better financial position.
And that brings up the economic question, which is it's an open question. There is no answer, but an ongoing debate.
An answer.
Right? Is it best to have numbers or margin?
Both.
Okay, there you go. That's it. You just solved the world's
There
problem.
was an answer.
But you know, sure, if you could sell 100,000 at a 30 to 40% markup, but if you have to sell 100,000 at 10%, or if you could sell 10,000 at 40%, which would you rather have?
Well,
and this is, of course, Russell's argument.
Yeah.
Sell fewer, but at a higher markup, and more people would be willing to pay the markup because they know that they're joining a smaller population of owners.
The constellation gets a little bigger because it's not just a matter of those numbers. It's a matter of, I don't need gigafactories on every continent. I can buy batteries, or I can have my battery manufactured. I don't need all of this infrastructure that Tesla has had to buy and spend a ton of money on. That's what I mean. I think they would be on stronger financial footing.
But look at their competitors. They are also struggling to buy batteries to make less cars. And they don't have, well, except for Nissan, which sold their Gigafactory for some who knows what reason.
Gigafactory. Oh, God. Okay.
So, yeah, except for Nissan. I mean, Volkswagen just bought one and can't fill it. And yeah, so you had Nissan. That was it. Everybody else is struggling for batteries.
If the argument is Tesla had to build the factory in Sparks, I'm going to disagree with you.
It didn't have to be in Sparks.
It doesn't have to be anywhere.
Well, to do what they're doing, it does. But like you said, if you go for the lower margin, you're going to have to be back in that counting pennies again.
And that's an article that I read that said, and I'm going to do a horrible job of paraphrasing it, but basically, Tesla's so it was saying Tesla's running on a razor thin margin to manufacture cars, and the only way to make money is to manufacture more cars, which requires raising money in order to build the infrastructure to build more cars, which is how you become more profitable. And it was this running loop, like running so fast you can't afford to slow down.
Yeah, you're pulling an Amazon. Exactly what Amazon did years ago.
You have to keep up production in order to stay sold.
It is not Amazon in any way, shape, or form.
Except and it's not even just production, it's sales. All of the cars they produce must sell.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Amazon doesn't own factories. They have distribution centers.
Right.
And they've invested heavily in that, but Amazon didn't have to buy all that stuff.
That manufactured the stuff.
Yeah.
Right. But
they just get a cut.
If Amazon wasn't producing warehouses and building data centers and doing all that shit they were doing with the spare money when they were making their negative profits, they wouldn't be in the position they're in today. They were investing in themselves.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
And they were raked over the coals for it.
The question is going to be, over the next 12 months, can Tesla survive?
Yes.
With the infrastructure they have. I wasn't really asking you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's, in my mind, that's the question. You know, they have all these new products that they want to put out. They have commitments to make things in different places. And are they gonna have enough money to survive? That's the bottom line.